Lead Azra to the Slayer.
Draw the horde to us!
Hello everyone, it's a Big Sloss here. I figured I would treat these videos a little differently because it's the last level, and so I figured I would just offer a little bit of a yap session while I play this final level, and kind of just talk about the game. The game was just really good. The level before this, I got absolutely obliterated by Azrak, but he definitely pays the price. This is me being stupid, trying to, figure out the secret to this puzzle, but it'd be like that sometimes. Um, I feel like so much of my gameplay was just me checking the map over and over again because I didn't want to miss stuff. And sometimes I would still miss stuff. I think there was a few levels where I got to the end and it was like your final percentage is 60%. And I was just like, where did everything go? How did I miss everything? Um, I'm really excited to see what the future of this game holds. I don't really think they've officially confirmed any master levels, but they've talked about it. They want to do it, so I would very much enjoy master levels. Definitely of the siege, like one of those early big open levels, and just have it go crazy. I think that would just be a good opportunity to let this shine. I'm excited for the DLC. I wonder what they're gonna call it. Because the DLC for Eternal was the Ancient Gods, but whatever they call it, it can't be called the. It's already called the Dark Ages. That'd be kind of funny. The Dark Ages, the blah blah blah. In some of my art, I actually like made up names for like fake DLC, not actual DLC. The one that I came up with was um, actually let me look it up. I think it was called Infernal Nation. I just thought it sounded good, and it sounds pretty doom. It sounds pretty metal. Infernal Nation. I feel like that goes pretty hard. Uh, the Komodo right here. I like fighting the Komodo, but it's not one of my favorite enemies. It's fun and it looks cool, but I just think that the Doom Hunter, not Doom Hunter, Agadon Hunter, and the Vagary have got it beat. Of course, Tyrant, or I guess the Cyber Demon is a go to. It's a classic, so it's a fun one to fight. I've also realized that using I don't know what it's actually called, but like that bone mace, it absolutely whomps these big boys, and it just feels so good to use. And I think a lot of people have had issues with the melee, but the melee in this game feels good. It really does, and I think they did an amazing job making it feel good. All right, time for me to look around and do puzzles and take too long to do puzzles. I think in this level there's like the you need a key to unlock this area, and I just keep looking for the key without realizing that it's pretty close to the very end. And so I'm just constantly looking around like a lost schoolboy looking for his mom after his mom forgot about him and went back home for the day. But secret encounter, I really liked the secret encounters for this game. The secret encounters honestly Loki gave master level vibes when like they would just lock you into the room and go like, all right, here's our lineup for you to deal with. I think I think Doom the Dark Ages, just like a lot of Doom games, it embraces the fact that it's a video game. It doesn't shoot for realism. It just goes, all right, this is a game. You know it's a game. Let's have fun. Because there was so many times where I was just walking around and the doors lock, or not the doors lock, but those like red barriers show up in front of you and behind you. And it's like, all right, here comes your video game section for this area. I don't know. I just think it's fun. I think it's fun, and I also like that they embrace the video game ness of this game. Okay, we got an Agadon Hunter, one of my one of my favorite enemies to just demolish. I was surprised that we got power-ups in this game, but we got them so late into the game. I think the first Berserk you get is level 19. And out of 22 levels, that's a big gap. I guess technically the skull weapons have haste and other do is it technically haste? I don't really know. I mean, I know that the skulls become a different color and they behave differently. I don't know if that's really considered like a full-on power up. Um, Another thing that I like watching this video, because I'm not actually playing it right now, I'm just talking over the recorded video. I'm watching it in my lair, just like a little lovely recap. But one thing I like is that it it's so different than how I played when I played the first level. The first level I played, I was like timid with the controls and not playing it very well. But I was also trying to play it like Eternal, and obviously that just did not work out very well because Eternal and the Dark Ages just play so differently. I think there's definitely a lot of moments where I was trying to, stay in the air to avoid getting hit, and I would just get absolutely smacked on. Um, the Stone Imps coming back was such a surprise for me because I disabled. Oh, I died. But I disabled the tutorials by accident when I first started this campaign. So when the Stone Imps showed up, I didn't get the like tutorial that was like, "These are the Stone Imps. This is how you deal with them." No, all it was just here, just one like heading straight for me, and I just stood there. I was like, "What just happened?" And then I see them, and I was just bewildered by the Stone Imps. The Cosmic Barons, I totally forgot to mention them. I like the Cosmic Barons, and it's funny watching them move because when you see them move, you see the Barons from 2016 and Eternal. The skeleton is the same, it's just a new look to it. I also enjoy fighting them. I I guess because they came later than the cyber demons, I was expecting them to have more health, but with the I think it's called the Ravager, it literally just melts them and it feels good. Here I am looking for this secret key again without understanding it's at the very end. Oh, I think you could see it right there. I just wasn't paying attention. I think you can literally see it behind that gate, but I'm just busy being stupid brained and not paying attention. Um, Another good thing about the Dark Ages, sorry, this is gonna be ramble heavy because I have ADD, and when I make the scripted videos, I write down the script word for word because if I don't, I just get distracted and it just becomes an incoherent mess. And I'm trying this just to see what I can do. But one of my things that I liked about the Dark Ages is you see where they got ideas from Eternal and they stuck with it. So the armored enemies, for example, like the armored Arachnotron, the armored Mancubus. What else gets armored? I'm trying to think. Oh, the armor knight, the battle knight, I guess. These are all these all stem from the armored baron from the Ancient Gods Part 2. Without the armored baron, I don't think these enemies would have had that mechanic in them. Or maybe they would have, I don't know. But that's pulled directly from the Armored Baron's mechanic, where you shoot at him, heat up his armor, break his armor, and then kill him. And yes, I know technically you could just shoot like his arm and fix it that way, but it didn't really work all the time, especially when you have terrible aim like I do. I have abysmal aim. Um, this game, this game just was very crazy to me, and it just looks so good too. Oh, I think I'm about to pause for a second. No, okay, I didn't. I thought I was gonna pause for a second because there's going to be a minute where I just sit here and it's just because I'm talking to my girlfriend. I can't help it. When duty calls, I must answer. Lobotomy acquired is not something I would have put on my Doom bingo card, but it's great. There's so many different things to level up in this game, and I still, after beating it, I still don't think I have everything upgraded. But that's also because I missed so much in the levels. I still have to go back. Although right now I'm doing two things. I'm playing through this game on Nightmare now, and I'm also playing Borderlands. Borderlands has gained a little bit more of my time than playing this on Nightmare. The leaders are also really fun because there just weren't a lot of boss fights in Eternal, and providing the leaders just gave a good way to have a consistent boss. And then those, I don't know what they're called, those flag carriers that buff enemies. It's like I don't having possessed demons, but they just work differently, and I think that's also great. But leaders were fun, especially because they technically had glory kills to all the haters who say that we didn't get any glory kills. I've tried to perform a jump glory kill or like the shield saw kill on most enemies. I still don't think I've done it for the cyber demon, because I think the cyber demon has one where you just cut him in half, kind of like the Mancubus, but I haven't experienced it yet. I also, looking at it now, because I'm using the super shotgun in this footage right now, I did not use the super shotgun that much. I really didn't. I more so stuck with the bone weapons, or the kind of like the weapons that were different in this game compared to the other games. So I didn't really use a lot of the shotgun. I didn't even really use a lot of the rocket launcher. I really just used the bone weapons, a little bit of the plasma weapons, and the it's basically a railgun, but I don't the chain. I really don't know the names to these weapons. It's terrible. The chain gun or the mace gun. I think mace gun sounds fun and rhymes. But what was the leader here? I'm trying. I don't. Is it the Revenant? No. Wait, what's there's a Caco. There were no Cacos in the game. No Caco leaders. Ooh, I used the railgun and realized how OP it was at the last level. I think that's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, and that's the end of this video. So I will return for tomorrow for the final combat. Goodbye.